So now let's do our analysis, please. Let's all pay attention so that we are comfortable with the process. So here's our working area. That's the first thing that we do. We're going to have the cost pool. Cost pool here, and we're going to have the cost, and then we're going to have the number of drivers. And then you're going to have the cost per driver. That's what we're going to do. So let us fill in what we have. Let's fill in what we have. Machine running. So we've got machine running. That is one. Secondly, we've got production setup. We've got setup. Okay. Then we've got order processing, material order, and customer order processing. Material order and customer order. So these are the two. In terms of the costs, the cost is 825 by the percentage. What is the percentage? 20%. So that's the first one there. The second one, 30%. Then this one, so this is what we have so far. What are the number of drivers? Machine running. Machine running. So for machine running, what is the cost driver? It's the machine hours. It's the machine hours, and we have your machine hours already here. The machine hours, you have them already with these hours here. Okay. Setups, we are told something here. Batch sizes 150. Setups, a batch is 25. So 150 make up a single batch. 1,000. So we're going to find the number of batches. So let's do a working, and this is where. So want to calculate the number of what? Number of setups. So how do we calculate the number of setups? We say, okay, we start with the product. What products do we have? We've got X, Y, and Z. The number of units for these products, number of units, they are here, 15, 20, and 10. 15, 20, and 10. So let's go, batch size a single batch. How many items do we have? We have been given here 150, 1,000, and 100. So we go 150, 1,000, and 100. So the number of batches, now this is where there is work, eh? I'm sure you can see that. The number of batches, you go, you say, it's that divided by that. That gives you the number of batches. So that's the number of batches. What have we done? We have divided. What have we done? We have divided. What did we divide? The volume divided by batch size. That gives the number of batches. And how many setups per each batch? How many setups? So look at the setups. Per batch, 25, 15, and 30. 25, 15, and 30. So these are the number of setups per each batch. So therefore, the number of setups, you can now calculate the number of setups. You go that by that. So this is the number of setups. And the total, that's your total. Quite a lengthy process, eh? Quite a lengthy process, isn't it? So this is the number of setups. That's your answer. So 5,800 is the figure you are looking for. So you come here, you say the number of setups is 5,800. Material orders. You come here again. Material orders per batch is 50, 50, 50. So now this one is easy. You just come here. You have your batches, number of batches. So you say material orders per batch. 50 throughout. So you see 50, 50, 50. So number of orders so the number of orders we multiply that by that so this is the number of orders. We are multiplying orders per batch by the number of batches, which is here. So this is the number that we have. So come here, 11,000. And lastly, customer orders, again, customer order processing per each batch. Okay. Material orders per batch, customer orders per batch. Okay, let's see. Just make sure we do the right thing here. Let's check. Setups per batch. We have material orders per each batch. We've dealt with that. Customer orders per batch size. Customer order batch size. Okay, so customer order batch size, they're in hundreds. So we need to process that one. Customer order batch size. So the batch size for customer orders is 100. So We need to come here first of all. Okay. Customer batch size. So they say it's 100, 100, and 100. That's the first item. That's the first item to deal with. Okay. So I'll do this for you. I'll remind you again, I'll say the number of units. And we'll share this number of units. The units are here. So the number of batches. How many batches? You go, you say this divided by 100. That gives you the number of batches. So these are the batches that we have. That's the number of batches that we have. What have we done, people? We have divided number of units by the customer batch size. Find the number of batches. Okay, so these are customer batches. Done. Now you can now come here and say the customer order processing per batch. So per each batch is 2, 3, and 1. 2, 3, and 1. So this is the orders per batch. So the number of orders batch divided by that. So the total is that. I hope we have followed. Number of units, okay, and the 100 items make a single batch. So you divide, you find the number of batches, and the orders per each batch, and so you multiply that by that, you have that. So now you can come here and say, this is 1,000. Then what is the cost? So you take that, divided by that.
Sorry, sir, kindly repeat the part for the number of orders.
Number of orders, okay.
Yes.
Not a problem. So let us pick it up from here. Let's come here. Customers. Let's come to our customers here. Okay. I'm happy when people ask the question online because I know that I'm not alone. Customer orders the batch size. So in one batch, how many items are there? There are 100. There are 100. So 100 items make a single batch. So that's the point to note. So you want to know first how many batches are there. So what you do is you get a number of units. Like here, the number of units was 15,000. So you take 15,000, divide by 100 to find what? The number of batches. So that was the first one. So once you find the number of batches now, you can multiply by what? Orders per each batch. So now once you divide, you can now multiply by the number of orders on each batch. So the critical thing to find was what? Number of what? Number of what? You need to calculate the number of what? Number of batches.
Number of batches.
You needed to calculate that. Now, how do you find the number of batches? You take the batch size and then you go further into your question. Your question is telling you that the number of units here, there are 15,000, here there are 20 and 10. So you divide to find the number of batches. And that's what we have done here. That's what we have done here. We took 15,
Okay, thank you.
divide by that, find the number of batches. Then you multiply by that, find the number of orders. And what is in this question is very common. You're going to find it in many other questions. What do I mean? The concept of what? Batches. Normally, activities are carried on not one item. No. When you're working on items in factory, you normally work on a what? On a batch. So normally you want to find the number of batches. So this concept of batches is very important in activity-based costing because we don't work on a single unit, we work on batches of units. I hope that point is clear. So as you do questions, always be on the lookout for the concept of batches. Okay, having done that, now we can move on to concluding. Let's start concluding, closing down our question. So we come here now, you divide. When you divide, what are you going to find here? You're going to find cost per what? Per driver, each driver. So now you come here, you say, okay, so it is so we have already done that. So this is the cost per driver. So what's the next item? We need now to absorb the costs. Let's absorb the costs. In other words, we want to come and repeat what we have done here. So we're going to repeat this process here. Okay? How do we do that? Let's come here. Come here. Now this time, we are going to absorb on the basis of these activities. These activities here. So we take these activities, we're going to go for each and every activity and start charging. Let's go to machine running. Machine running, this one. Our cost driver is what? Here, 1.18 per each machine hour. Now, how many machine hours is product X get? You don't have a problem, you have your information here. Machine hours. X takes how many machine hours? 30,000. This one, 80,000. That one, 30,000. So you're going to multiply 30,000, 80,000, and 30,000. Okay? Yeah, you're going to do the multiplication. Now there seems to be something here. So let's go. So 2 multiplied by 15 and 3. Okay, fine. So let us now charge 30, 80, and 30. So you come here, you say, here, you say, equals 30,000. You multiply by what? You multiply by 1.18, which is this one. We have your answer. So that is your answer here. That is your answer there. And we can even learn the move. If you didn't follow that one, let's come together. Here, how many hours? 80,000. Multiply by, again, the same number, this one. Here again is 30,000. Then you multiply by the same. So we are done with the machine hours. Let's absorb on setups. Setups. The setups. So let's go. We have the cost per each machine setup. Now let's go. How many setups? Let's go. Here, how many setups? 2, 5, 300, and 3,000. So come here, you say, okay, here my setups are, you pick 2, 5. Then you multiply by what? The cost is that one. You come here again, you say, how many setups? 300. Multiply by the cost per each setup, that one. The last one again, You go, how many setups do you have here? That number of setups. Multiplied by the cost per setup, that one. There we are. What of material orders? Again, you say, where are my material orders? They are here. Here, the material orders are 5,000. So if these were wrong, then it means that would have a serious problem. If these are wrong, then we would have a serious problem. But we are quite accurate. So again, we come here. How many orders? That one. Then you multiply by the same, that one. Again, here, how many orders? You pick the orders. The orders are here. And then you multiply by the cost, that one. What of customer orders? The same. Customer orders, that's the number of orders. You multiply by, you come here, you pick the same, that one. Again here, you go, how many orders? That's the number of orders. Then we are going to multiply by the cost per order again, which is that one. And lastly, we come here, we pick the number of orders. How many orders? That one. Multiply by the cost per order, which is this one. So as you can see in activity-based costing, the overheads are much more analyzed. They're much more analyzed. So with that now, we can come here and say, okay, the overheads are all here. So these are the total overheads. These are the total overheads that we have. Total overheads that we have. So these are the totals that we have. What of the number of units? Number of units. Let's go. Number of units. 15, 20, and 10. 15, 20, and 10. So what's the overhead per unit? Let's divide that divided by that. So this is what you have finally. Okay, so these are the overheads per unit. The direct costs don't change. The direct cost will not change. These will not change. These will not change at all. These will not change. Okay. So this is the only item that the line that has changed. These other items that we have are still the same like before. So let's go. Our total costs are there. Oh, that's very interesting. Have you seen what has happened? This is a very interesting picture. Have you seen what is happening now here? Have you seen what is happening? Very interesting, eh? What is it that you have observed? Any observation? Any observations from the activity-based statement? Observation, what have you observed? Matthew?
We are able to make a profit at the level of more than 15,000.
Come again, Matthew?
We are making a profit at a level of more than 15,000.
Okay. 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 One of the comments is that activity-based costing is much more accurate. Activity-based costing helps because it's very thorough in the way it charges costs. When you do your traditional costing, every product is making a what?
Profit.
A profit. But when we come to a much more accurate way of analyzing overheads, where we look at how complex a product is, what can we see now? Here. Huh? These two products are making losses. These two products are making losses. So what is the lesson here? The price that we are charging, this price that we are charging is not in order. We are charging a low price there and there. These two products are quite complex. They consume a lot of cost drivers, and correspondingly, they're supposed to be charged a high overhead. So with this information, we need to review our pricing policy. So we need to review our pricing policy. Our pricing policy does not capture the product complexity. If we continue at this rate, we are just subsidizing the two products. We are subsidizing these two products. And this is the whole essence of activity-based costing. It's there to help organizations improve their performance. It's there to help organizations improve their performance. So we need to improve the performance of the company by making the, or if not, if we can't increase the price, what else can we do? If we cannot increase the price, what else can we do? Tawonga, what can you do if you can't increase the selling price in business?
Market it wisely.
We can do that. Also, what we can do is reduce the costs. How do you reduce the costs? How can you reduce the cost? You try to reduce the number of cost drivers. And we have seen the cost drivers. What are cost drivers in this case? It's a number of what? Setups. So reduce number of setups. Or the number of what? Machine hours. What else? The number of orders, customer orders, and material orders. So try to reduce this so that you can cut on the cost, so that you can convert these losses into what? Into profits. Tomorrow at 14:30, we're practicing another question on ABC. So that we can become much more familiar. So practice another question. On Sunday, we move into another topic called throughput accounting. So tomorrow, remember 14:30 login, we are practicing another question on activity-based costing. Is that okay for everybody? Is it okay with everybody?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so please tomorrow log in. The people have come
Yes,
from
sir.
people from full-time class, please keep on logging in. I think the times are quite favorable. Log in so that you can be picking details here. So remember, Friday, you log in at 20 hours. Okay. Judith, you're right, it's 20 hours. And the Saturday, remember, our time is 14:30. And Sunday, again, our time is 14:30. All right, people, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, 14:30.
Thank you. Please share the recording again, Mr. Puri.
All right, please. Thank you.